So this is some things that I wanted to show about the Team Legit motor mounts. I think two different ones. There's one like this and one that's a little bit smaller, but the overall what you need to do is the same on both of them. So you'll see you've got this piece here, I call it the slider, and then you've got the L bracket piece that the motor mounts to. And so the cool thing about this mount is that it allows you to move the motor forward and back, and you can even move this out to adjust for CG. They used to mount the motor mount in the center of the trailing edge, right? So, you know, cut a slit and put it in there. Well, the thing is that when you have the motor mounted in here, the thickness of the plane, it holds the motor up high and higher than the center of the thrust line. So it basically ends up pushing the nose of the plane down in throttle situations, which you don't want. It makes it harder to launch. What I think it was Ian and Josh started to do was to mount this to the bottom of the plane. With it on the bottom, it's still just as strong, and you can make it look nice. Basically what I do is grab my calipers and just sort of try to find the center position of the motor mount. And you can hear the kids outside playing. Sorry about that, but okay, so I want to get it nice and centered. Once I have it centered, then I'm just going to draw an outline around this motor mount. Now I like to leave these, so I'll draw them out so that I can see them. And the reason why I like to leave those is because when I mount this motor mount, I've got glue in there, and the glue comes up between the edge of the mount and the foam, and it just adds to strength of the motor mount. So I'm gonna mark this hole here and this hole here, and I'm not gonna worry about these little circles. Some of the smaller motor mounts don't have the circles. This is actually a 40. So, and then this is the part that's notched, but I'm actually gonna need to come out further than that. I'm going to do this dot. I'm just doing these two for reference. So basically, now that I've done that, and I have these for reference, I'll do a couple more. You'll see why these help. Okay, so now I can take this, which is the L bracket that's going to be mounted in this, and I can side up my reference holes that I just made, and then I can go around there like that. So now that's where I need to, that's how wide this whole thing needs to be. So get that lined up and then mark it out. Okay. So now that I've done that, and so I want the front edge of this to go into the back of the plane. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, make it that deep. Okay, so this whole area right here is where I'm going to completely remove. Okay, so I got a fresh snap blade. This is what I'm going to make the cuts with. I've got the whole wing sitting on the wing bed that Team Legit supplies, and I do that just so that I've got some stability here. And what I'm going to try to do is just make this in one cut. So I kind of put it on the line and then get it started and just go straight down. And then I'm going to go to the other side and do the same thing. Get it started and then just go straight down. I'm cutting through the wing bed and everything because it's cool, I don't care. Then this is the back wall here. I'm going to go straight down. If you're using a blade like this, you got to make sure that it's not bending on you. You might want to use one of the thicker blades. Up to you. right? I have this. Okay, so that's cut out and it's decent clean. It can be cleaned up a little bit, and I'll do that in a second. So now I've got that notch cut out, and so now what I want to do is I want to sink this mount inside of this. What I'm going to do is take my Dremel tool and I'm going to set it for the same thickness, a little bit more actually, than the thickness of the motor mount. And I'm going to do that so that by the time you figure glue and that kind of stuff, you don't have it actually sticking up past the foam. So now that I've got that drawn up, I've got my Dremel tool plugged in, I'm just going to go in and I'm going to actually, oops, I forgot. Don't forget to do this, because this is like the key to really nice Dremel edges. I'm going to take my snap blade here and I'm just going to follow this line with my blade. And basically what that's going to do is when this Dremel bit is spinning and it's grabbing the foam, it'll keep it from reaching out past that line. When it grabs, you know, a cell of the foam, it won't end up going past it. It'll just give you a nice edge, like you used a razor to cut it in the first place. So, and the key with the Dremel tool is that you want to become sort of a human CNC machine, and the closer together you make your sweeps, or the cleaner results you're going to get. So okay, so now I've got a nice recessed area where I can mount this motor mount. And so what I'll do is just make sure that I've got it all nice and clean. Nice and straight. Check my fitment, and it's perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to take some sandpaper and scuff up the bottom of this mount, or the top, whatever. And I just want to make it so that the glue is going to stick nice to it. Okay, so I filled my camera stopped working, I'm not sure why, but anyways, I filled the area that I cut out with E6000, and then I put the motor mount down on top of it. Now I've put a couple pieces of clear tape over it to hold it in place and to keep it from sticking to my weight. You want to be careful when you glue in anything and you put weight on it. You need to make sure that it's being supported, and this is being supported by the wing beds that were shipped with it. So now I can just put some weight on it, but just to give you an idea, here's the cutout, and the motor mount goes inside here. So that's basically it, and you can see it holds it nice and low in the center of the wing, so you won't have any problems with it nosing down or anything like that. So that's basically what I do. Now I'm just gonna put some weight on it and let it sit for a while. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I will try to answer them the best I can. Thanks.